All right, guys. This is DJ Wolf Live, and I am live, all the way live. Don't even have to walk. Don't even have to drive. Anyway, Joe Biden. Yeah, the black man's friend for the Democratic Party. I don't know how he became the only Democratic candidate that's out here. But I've been meaning to talk about this for a while. I know I'm late. This is Memorial Day. Excuse me, the late edition, DJ Wolf Live. Like I said, I've been meaning to talk about it for a while. I've been behind on this. It is my fault. Let's get in. Let's go. This is DJ Wolf Live. Live from the Southern Maryland studio. Out here in beautiful PG County, Southern Maryland. I am your host, the one and only DJ Wolf Live worldwide. On Spreaker, YouTube, Twitter, and other outlets. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize for a little faux pas, but I don't have a mix up. But anyway, this is the one and only DJ Wolf Live here. And I wanted to go ahead and get started. I'm going to make this quick. I'm only going to be on for about another 5-6 minutes. Maybe a little longer. I'm going to talk about a couple of things. Right now, I wanted to get this out the way about Joe Biden. Joe Biden is the only Democratic candidate to run or will be running against Donald Trump, a.k.a. number 45, a.k.a. dumbass, a.k.a. 46 minus 1, a.k.a. false in chief, a.k.a. fraud in chief. You know, you can tell that no love is lost that I have for this guy, because I have none. Anyway, Joe Biden, a Democratic presidential candidate that I do not like, you know, The crime bill was one of the reasons. And he tried, finagle his way out of that situation, something he knew he was behind, and then try to lie his way out of that. And then he turned around recently in an interview with Charlamagne the guy of, I really refuse to call him Charlamagne the guy because he's not a god. Charlamagne from the Breakfast Club last week. And Biden came out and said, and I quote, "You ain't black if you vote for somebody other than me." That's pretty much what he said. He said a little bit more than that. And then there was things that he didn't say at all. I'm going to get to that in a second. The fact that he sit there and try to challenge your blackness about who you vote for, and I'm sorry, whether you're Republican or Democrat is relevant at this point. It's complete bullshit. Excuse my French. It is complete and utter bullshit. Because now he's going to tell you your color matters when you're voting, particularly when you're voting for Democrat. But that's the narrative that we've been practicing for decades. That if you vote Republican, you're a coon. If you vote for Democrat, you're about socialism. And why is it when it comes to African Americans in general, we are the only ones that have to vote along party lines? No one else is required to do that. No other race is required to do that but us. That's crazy. And this is why we're so screwed up, because we don't know where to go. We don't know go left, right, ass from a hole in the ground half the time, man. Because we're too busy following instead of leading. That's the number one problem in our communities, man. We got too many Indians and not enough chiefs. Way too many. But I can go on to that all day about why we got so many Indians and not enough chiefs. Y'all know why. Many of you know why. Many of us know why and don't want to deal with the 800-pound elephant in the room. So I heard the entire interview with Biden as posted by the Breakfast Club last week. Biden likes to pander when it comes to his constituents, particularly constituents of African American descent. He's all about getting out the vote. And he'll tell you about his record until the cows come home. Be it good, better, and different. What the fuck about what you doing now? In the entire interview, Biden didn't mention anything about what he's going to do for African Americans. Not even a line by line item did he even mention what he's going to do for African Americans. That's how much of a freaking snake oil salesman he really is. I don't trust Biden. And see, that's the other thing about Biden. He wants to ride on the 8 years of Obama. And I don't care what you say, that ain't gonna work. That's like Obama mentioned a similar statement. It wasn't quite that blatant, but he was like, yeah, a little. Well, actually, it was a little bit, because he's like, if you care about my legacy, you'll vote for Hillary Clinton. That's exactly what he said. And even though I did, she didn't win anyway, but that's another story. But that's kind of what Obama was saying too. Like, if you care enough about my legacy, you'll vote for her. He's pandering too. He's telling you, basically, in essence, if you ride with me, you won't put her in office. They don't care about doing anything for you. He didn't either. Only thing they care about is your vote. Because our history is about trying to get the right to vote. Now we got the right to vote. We don't think about putting in candidates who are going to represent us properly, the way they're supposed to. All we care about is hearing that little sweet talk. Was that, I get your vote. I know them white rascals ain't doing you right and blah, blah, blah. But what are you going to do, man? And that's the one thing they never talk about. Biden don't talk about it. Clinton don't talk about it. Obama don't talk about it. All Obama ever talked about was hope and change. Hope and change. Biden, he's talking about his record and about if you ain't black enough, if you vote for somebody other than himself. Hillary Clinton, because she had the track record with her husband. That's it. These guys don't give a squat's ass about you. Another thing, Hillary Clinton, as far as I'm concerned, Biden, although Biden claimed he came from a poor family, but he full of shit too, and Obama, they all come from modest homes. You know, Obama's dad didn't raise him, but still, you know, he came from a decent family home. He did. And so did Clinton, and so did Biden. Those three have nothing in common with anything that you and myself grew up with in the hood within the last 50 years. None of those three has nothing in common with that. And for the most part, neither does Trump has it. Trump don't have nothing in common with anybody except rich folk. These politicians play that game all day long just to get your vote and nothing else. And you left with crumbs. Matter of fact, by the time they get through taking all that money, that's probably what's going to happen. You'll be left with crumbs. You know, it's a shame, man. It's really like all this mess going on with the virus and stuff, and then you got Biden saying some old bullshit like that. That's why I won't vote. My voting paperwork came in. My absentee ballot forms and all that came in weeks ago. I still haven't sent it out. I'm not going to send it out. You know, like somebody else was saying on YouTube, it would only make sense for me to vote if there's somebody out there that's viable who's worth voting for, and they're not out there. I think the closest one for me probably would have been Andrew Yang, and he was kind of pandering. You know, if you watch some of the YouTube videos, you know what I'm talking about. Otherwise, I would have voted him in. He was like the best choice. If there was anybody I would have voted for, I would have took a chance on Yang. I really would have. Anybody else? Let me go suck it, man, for real. I'm not a fan of Biden. I'm definitely not a fan of Trump. You know, if anything, I would vote just to get them out and get some new candidates in the run. If they will allow me to do that, I'd do it in a heartbeat. But since they don't, and they're going to force you to pick and choose a candidate that you definitely don't want in office anymore versus a candidate that you know ain't going to make a difference for you anyway. That's what kills me, man. You know, politics is a game that's played by rich white folks. Have been for 400 plus years. And they continue to play the same games they have every day, forever. And I'm downright tired of it. I'm not going to play that game any longer. I'm just going to just not vote until you get a candidate or candidates in here that's worthy of my vote. That's personally the way I feel about it. There's nothing personal against you, but personally for me, you know, my vote will not be wasted on anybody that I don't feel that represents the best interests of my community, my neighborhood, and my family. I just can't. I just cannot vote with a conscience, knowing that person it ain't the best choice. And I'm gonna tell you, Biden definitely is not the best choice to stand up against Obama. I mean, Trump. He's not. There are much better candidates than him. They really are. Just not gonna waste my time with the vote until I get one in that's gonna be about us. Somebody who knows a background from personal experience. Now, somebody knows a background from reading newspapers or statistics or going to schools and all that stuff, talking to people. But knowing from personal experience, valid personal experience. Not somebody who just says that they came from that and then you buy into the hype. But I just can't. I can't waste my vote on people that I don't trust. I don't trust Biden. I don't trust Biden anymore to do Trump. You dealt with Trump 4 years. What's the for another 4 years going to be? He can't go past the other 4 anyway, because he can only do 2 terms. That's it. And hopefully nobody will be stupid enough to try to change that. But 2 terms is the minimum. I mean, it's the maximum, rather. That's as far as you can go. So we've already dealt with him 4 years. What's another 4 years? I'm not hoping that he wins. I'm hoping that he does lose the election altogether. Because he's a loser. He is a loser in general anyway. And you've seen that. We've all seen that. But what trips me out more than anything is that Trump supporters, and it don't matter how well you can prove your point about how rotten this guy really is, they'll ride with him. One lady interviewed a woman out there at a campaign rally at Trump's, I think, or somewhere outside of that. And she said, if President Trump had bought you some weed, or I take that back, if Trump had bought some weed and he smoked it and he got in trouble for it, would you still vote for him? Many of those people said, yeah. So in other words, if Trump got caught with a big old bag of weed and he went to jail for it, would you still vote for him? Some of the people say, yeah. A lot of those people say, yeah, they vote for him. 90% of the people say they would still vote for him. So it wouldn't matter if he was convict or not. Yeah, he was very white. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Trump is a very white guy anyway. But I don't get it. I said, I'm a fan of his. I don't pretend to be. And that's all I got. And youngins who were thinking about voting, make sure you vote Kwame Brown, who at least did play NBA a number of seasons. I like Trump, who didn't do anything but just collect his dad's money and boast himself as being a rich, nice guy. That's another whole story. Let me get off here before I get really pissed off here. This is DJ Wolf, and I'm out.